Hey guys, it's me, Albert Plus Wars 82, and I want to do a quick little review on some soldiers that I've been having. I was just going through a box that I found, and it was one of these boxes with a mixture of different varieties of makers and army men. And first things first is NPC. When I think of the NPC, these are the guys that come out in my the German. These are the vintage ones that I've been having for a while now that actually came with a playset like this with the mountain. And it came with these and the American ones. And then throughout the years, they just started making, they took away the Germans and just added gray American GIs and green American GIs. Well, I didn't know that NPC made the enemies of the GIs. So you had the allies and the enemies, and I knew there were the Germans and the Americans NPC, but when I first saw the Japanese NPCs, that was pretty cool. And when I first saw this particular, I didn't know they were NPC. I just remember I bought them at this rummage sale that we would go to, and it was a shoebox full of like these guys and Germans and Timmy toys and whatnot, and I just liked them because I never seen the yellow soldiers. I didn't even know they were Japanese when I had them, to be honest with you, until throughout the years. And I lost them, and then eventually I started finding them online and in yard sales and stuff. So that's pretty cool. The Japanese NPC soldiers, as you can see right there, one of them throwing the grenade, charging. I have another big bag full of them that I gotta take out, but I'm pretty sure I did a video on them. If not, I'll do another one. And then my favorite are the Russians. They made them in blue for some odd reason, but so what, it's cool. So here you go. This one's throwing the grenade. It's pretty cool. He has his hand open. I feel like I could add a gun or something to him, right? Like he's holding a gun. You have the guy charging right here. And then, of course, you have this guy that's just, I don't know if he's trying to hold on to something, but just like the German guy, he's waving at somebody. Hey, shoot me. But pretty cool. And then you have the guy with the sword, the one that's just leading the charge, I'm assuming. Probably used to be a cozy act, like, come on. Rah. And then you have another guy that's charging. These guys right here look smaller, but they're the Russians. They're Russian as well. See the star. But yeah, he's charging. And then, of course, you have this other guy that's charging. And then you have your the guy with the binoculars. And I know I have more of the blue ones as well. I know I have more of the Russians. And then NPC also made the littler version type of soldiers as well, which I'm gonna show you right now. Sorry, I'm knocking them over. But they also made them blue GIs, and these are cool. I have a few of these. They come in this. I seen them in blue, and then seen them in the green color, of course. And when they're in blue, I just use them as Navy soldiers, for the Navy, U.S. Navy, which is pretty cool. And then I have this set, which I forgot the name to them. Bergen, I think it's Bergen Toy Company. Bergen Toy Company. They're pretty unique soldiers. I know I have maybe a total of 20 of them somewhere, but I found the first 3 that I've been having, and I ended up getting more throughout the time, like throughout the years, so that's pretty cool. Bergen Toy Company made these guys. And yeah, not bad at all, Yeah. And then going on, then you have, of course, you have your these, I guess, I don't know if these were called the ring hands, but these are the ones that they came blank, but they came with the little accessories, as you see here: helmets, belts, guns, pistols, knives. And then you would have to add them onto them, like you know. But I'm pretty sure these were the first things that would get lost as a kid. I mean, to be honest, because when I tried putting them on, I have a hard time, and I just like, yeah, I give up. I'm just gonna glue them on them, you know. But I guess whoever liked them, take them off, take it off, you know, put the helmets on and whatnot. I mean, I guess that was the thing they were trying to do. But yeah, I'm pretty sure these things were either kids were choking on them, or they were, like I said, first things that would get lost. You know, so there you go. And then of course you have my favorite set, my little favorite army dudes right here. These are my copied Hong Kong made Airfix soldiers. These were the ones I grew up with playing, made by Hing Fat. And then I guess now Hing Fat makes them like this now, which is pretty bigger. You know, of course this one's your Russian soldier, you know, your British 8th Army. And then look at the comparison size now. I mean, they're kind of almost the same, I guess, if you think about it. But they look bigger, guns are bigger. And if I'm not mistaken, these are like the Chinese Nationalist Army, I guess World War II. And then these are supposed to be like the British soldiers, but when they came with the flag, I think their flag was like the South African flag, if I'm not mistaken. But nah, that's cool though. I mean, shit, not bad at all. I'm not gonna complain. We need all the allies we need to stop the evil of plastic tyranny. No, but yeah, that's pretty cool right there. And then I don't know, I got this Sailor Dude, and I'm pretty sure I know they came in white, and I have a couple of more too. This one, I don't know who made this, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea who made it, but that's pretty cool. And then if you see back there, the lady holding like a lantern and the guy on the floor, I think those are old Timmy soldiers from back in the days, like from the 50s. I could be wrong though. You guys could correct me, please. And then over here are your knockoff Timmys, made in Hong Kong as well. Minesweeper, Bazooka Dude, Flamethrower. I have a few more, which I got those a lot too, growing up playing with those as well. And then here's your more Timmy soldiers, but these are your, I guess, some of the original Timmy soldiers. So if you see this guy here, I'm pretty sure you guys recognize him. So this is the original pose he was supposed to be, holding a grenade, throwing a grenade, not a waving or telling people to hurry up and go up the hill. But like I heard it from other people, or for example, I think it was the Plastic Commander that he said, maybe I could be wrong, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think the mold broke off from my understanding, so they just added the hand. They were having trouble with this part. So if you have this guy, that's cool, you know, those are like your old school ones. And then the guy marching. And it's funny because they made when they stopped making these, like this particular pose, I would find them a lot on the knockoff ones, on this particular ones, you'll find them a lot. And then of course, and then if you go to True Heroes playsets, you'll see these guys with the grenade, holding a grenade. I don't know how they made their, probably use different plastic, I don't know, I could be wrong, but you know, check that out. Yeah, there you go, the dude throwing a grenade, the machine gunner, that's pretty cool. But yeah, these are just some of the ones that I had. And then I bought some soldiers recently, and then I came with a whole bunch of these guys. I guess old British Army guys. I mean, I could use them to fight against the Indian soldier guys, but to be honest, I think these are Airfix. I could be wrong on these, but it could be. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of these guys right here, but they're there, and they've just been adding on and adding on. So that's another cool little thing right there that I got, besides all the other soldiers that came with. But yeah, I mean, these are just some of the ones that I have. Look at all those army men that I got. All that you see, there's army men. Bunch of army men. Bunch of army men. Boxes of army men. All that, and it just goes all the way back there. That's crazy. But yeah. Well, anyways, going back to this set, yeah, a lot of my favorites. These guys, I'm glad when I saw the video of how these guys originally were holding a grenade. I didn't know, and I actually had some, and I was surprised I had them. I'm like, oh shoot! If I didn't see that video with the plastic commander, yeah, I probably wouldn't not even noticed. But thank you. And there you go. And yeah, gonna have a pirate meeting over here. I don't know what's going on. They found a blue pack. Oh, and then here's this guy. This guy came with a bunch of these guys. I know he's a Foreign Legion dude, but could you tell me more about these guys? I want to say there was in a set. I wouldn't mind getting more of these guys right here. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, let me know what you think about this set. I don't know if you have any of these. Let me know. Oh yeah, and then there's a warrior right here, like a witch doctor dude right here. Sorry about that. And a couple other soldiers here ready to fight. Well, anyways, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you have any of these soldiers. I would like to hear from you. Like I said, there's so many varieties of soldiers out there. So many companies that make toy soldiers that don't longer exist. There's the cheap soldiers that, you know, that are out there, which I don't mind getting as well. I'll get the cheap ones and the good ones. There's some pretty expensive ones out there, but like I said, army men are army men. If you're gonna use them to play, cool, awesome. If you're just gonna buy them and just be like, okay, don't touch them, that sucks, man. But I mean, that's your thing. You do your thing. You know, I'm not gonna judge you. But yeah, I you know, you collect, that's awesome. I mean, everything that I get, I eventually do play with it. You know, when my nephews come over, we'll play with it, we'll open it, we'll have a good time. Some of them do love army men as well, so that's good. So, you know, I love, you know, I just love them since a kid. And the reason why people would ask me, I would always get asked this question. I don't know if they ask you guys, or girls, but they would ask me this: why do you play with plastic army? They don't even move. They just stay still. You know, look at my G.I. Joe. Yeah, you only got like 3 G.I. Joes. Dude. What are they gonna do? Go camping? I said, at least my army men, they come in a bag, and I already have a cool little army set. You know, they have tanks, helicopters, jets, and soldiers, and sandbags, and barbed wire fences, the whole shebang. And that was my, you know, giving them back their answer to their question. So I've always loved playing with army men, especially when there was bags of army men and ninjas and cowboys and Indians, the scuba divers, farm play sets, zoo play sets, and then later on down the line I started seeing the zombie play sets, which I have as well. And you know, I play with my daughter. My daughter's 6 years old, the littlest one right now, and yeah, she'll bring out her little, you know, I guess little pet shop and Paw Patrol type of stuff, and she'll pretend she's gonna help me fight the zombies, and we have to protect the city, which is cool. I don't care as long as she's playing and not on a tablet. You know, she loves that stuff. And then I have a younger boy. He's about to be 2, but he sees my toys in the garage, and he sees them in the room, and he's, you know, I open some army guys, and it's funny because he does play with them, and he'll make little sounds and stuff. So that's awesome on that part. So I hope he grows up playing with them, because he's gonna invest in all my, basically it's all gonna be his, the army sets, everything that I have. So see how that goes. And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if these are cheap army men, like someone said that I liked, which is cool. I like cheap or whatever, you know. I buy the cheap ones for the accessories, and I can use the cheap ones as, you know, dead bodies on the battlefield or something. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Yeah, like I said, comment. Let me know. Ask if I have any other types of playsets, because I'm pretty sure I might have it. I have a lot of playsets, a lot of old school ones, Hong Kong made, a lot of Marks playsets as well. But yeah, just reach out. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see what we'll do. We'll talk about and stuff. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go and I'll do another video soon. All right, bye bye.